Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to talk about Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Well, all we know the meaning of Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, which means in the name of Allah, the most compassionate and the most merciful. And today in this video, in this lecture, I'm going to more focus on what's the meaning of Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim more than its translation. What is it taking Allah's name? What does its meaning? How should we understand this? Bismillah means in the name of Allah, and this is a mark of Islam. How? Mark of Islam. So taking Allah's name is only in Islam. In other religions, there is not something like this. I'm taking Allah's name. I'm taking God's name. There is not something like this. But in Islam, we have Bismillah, which is like a key. You say it. You take the name of Allah. So once you hear somebody says Bismillah, once you hear somebody says Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, you can easily understand that he or she is a Muslim. So Bismillah is a risale-i Islam, which means mark of Islam. So how can we understand taking the name of Allah? What does its meaning? I'm gonna start with an example. Imagine a person is standing on a street and with his one hand moving, he stops the whole traffic. And he starts flowing the other traffic way and he stops the other one, and he does it. Or a person is coming to somewhere and saying, okay, you guys should move from this place to another place, and he does it. So he's only a one person. How can he achieve this power? Because he acts, he works in the name of the state, in the name of the government, because he is a cop. So with the uniform and with the saying, I'm acting in the name of the state, I'm acting in the name of the government, makes him more powerful than what he is. Exactly same like this. When a person says Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, which means I'm working in the name of Allah, and every single creature on the world, on the earth, is Allah's creation. So everything let him do, makes things easier for him. Because once you take Allah's name, He is the owner of this world. Once you act with His name, you are being like the cop acting in the government's name. So you are being more powerful than what you are. This is how to take Allah's name. So once you take Allah's name in your mind, you should know that every single thing in this world is Allah's creation, and I am doing this good deed with Allah's name. Then you see the doors will open to you. Also, once you look at the trees or plants, they are standing on hard rock or on hard earth, and once you look at them, they have silky roots. Their roots are very silky, very soft, but it goes into the hard rock, it goes into the hard earth. How can this silky thing, this soft thing can go into these rocks? Because every single tree, every single plant acts in Allah's name, says Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Also, once you look at animals, like sheep, like goats, like cow, they are eating grass, they are eating haze, and then they are giving the most beneficial drink, milk. All the scientists can gather together, but they cannot create, they cannot make milk. But these mindless animal, cow or sheep, makes something more than its capability. It's eating grass, producing milk, pure milk in white color, beneficial. Or bees, they are producing honey, and this thing cannot be produced, cannot be created by human beings, by the scientists, but it does. So cow acts in Allah's name, says Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Sheep does it, bees does it, trees does it, plants does it. Because once you look at them, they do something, they produce something more than their capability, more than they can do. Same as this, we are human being in the world, acting, moving, doing things here in the world. If you take Allah's name in your works, in your jobs, in your good deeds, if you start with His name, then since the whole world is Allah's property, you'll see how the doors are opening to you. So this is what Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim means. This is what taking Allah's name means. And at the end, I'll finish my lecture with a small question. Once you go to a grocery, you are getting fruits, vegetables such as tomatoes, potatoes, pepper, and you are paying for it. Let's say you get 2 pounds of tomatoes for $4, or potatoes, 10 pounds of potatoes for, let's say, $5. You are paying for this to the grocery. Well, is the grocery creating these things? Is the grocery real owner of these fruits and vegetables? No. They are just bringing things from gardens to groceries. Well, real owner of these vegetables and fruits, Allah, what does He want from us? What's the price? What's the real price of these fruits, these vegetables, these foods? The price of these foods to pay to Allah as worshipping is Bismillah, which is starting eating the things in the name of Allah, and at the end saying Alhamdulillah, which means thanks to Allah, because He is giving all these things to us from nothing, from zero. And in the middle, thinking, which is tafakkur in Arabic, thinking how perfectly they are being created, how perfectly Allah makes them, how delicious Allah gives these things to us, how tasteful Allah is creating these things to us. Look at the earth. It's tasteless. The earth doesn't have a taste, but tasteful fruits are coming from there. That means the earth is just a chaos. It's not the real owner, because the earth has nothing the fruit has, or the earth has nothing the tree has, or milk has nothing a sheep has or a cow has. So these, like earth, nature, these animals are just cows. They are not the real owner. So Allah is putting nature like a curtain, and once you look at this, you see the curtain and you say, oh, okay, these things are coming from the curtain. No, look at the curtain deeply, analyze it, and see Allah behind this curtain giving these things, giving these gifts to us. So finally, once you start doing something, take Allah's name, say Bismillah, say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and while eating something or drinking something, start with Bismillah, start in the name of Allah, finish with thanking Him, saying Alhamdulillah, and in the middle, thinking how perfect they are created, how perfect they are given to us. Look at these fruits, look at an apple, look at a watermelon. You see how perfectly it's packed. You see how nice it's packed. You smell how a nice flavor it has. The earth cannot make this. So the earth, the nature is just a chaos, not the real giving one. Allah is the giving things. So start with His name and finish with thanking to Him. Thanks for listening.